Be sure and stay tuned for the local artist spotlight, which is coming up like right now. Yes, Ron is here. He broke the door down and came right on in. And he's going to do some interviews. Are you doing an interview today? Yeah, okay.
Retrospect-type interview.
Retrospect-type interview, okay. And this is listener-supported, WECI 91.5 FM, Richmond, Richmond's public radio from the campus of Earlham College. This is Sam Meyer saying thanks for listening to Sam's Place. See you all next week. Here is Ron.
And now, Local Artist Spotlight on WECI 91.5 FM, Richmond, Indiana, Richmond's listener-supported radio. Thank you, Sam. Sure. And this is Ron with the Local Artist Spotlight. Ron Muse, that is, your host. And it's good to be back again. Another Sunday installment. And who knows what's going to happen around here. I had a time getting in the studio. Everything's locked up for the holidays, so it was interesting. I'm standing out there with 30 pounds of equipment in my hand, wondering how I'm going to get in the door. So see you later, Sam. Oh, okay, man. Have a good holiday. Yeah, there you go. All right. Recently, I had the great privilege of interviewing a very close friend of mine by the name of Willy Minnix. He is a former local artist. He was born and raised in Centerville, Indiana, and lived in Richmond, Indiana up till I believe it was actually the first part of this year. He moved his family down to Dallas, Texas area, where the real music scene is happening, and is starting, from what I understand, they call it a church plant. I guess they're planting a church. I don't know if you're supposed to pour water on that to make it grow or not, but he knows what he's doing, so I guess he's the right man for the job. Anyway, this interview is via the mail service, and basically what I did was I emailed him the questionnaire, and he sat down in his little room and recorded the answers into his computer and then burned them to a CD, sent it back to me. I edited it, put everything together, and this is what we've got. I asked him to tell us a little bit about himself and his music, and here is exactly what he had to say.
I grew up in a very musical family. Everybody in my family plays music, and we grew up in a Nazarene church, and so many people played either an instrument in my family. My dad played piano and sang, and a little bit of guitar, and my cousin plays guitar, and all my aunts and uncles sing, and so yeah, everybody in the family is musical. My grandma played organ and piano and harmonica, and so I kind of get a pretty good musical influence. And then when I went to college, I went here at Earlham, and I got my BA in music, so that's pretty well rounded in music and studied up on it. I do have a family. I've got a beautiful wife, Trevor, and 3 great kids: Liam, who is 3, Elijah, who just turned 2, and Etta, who was just born in July. I named her after Etta James, the blues singer, so I guess that kind of shows what I'm into. I'm from Centerville originally. I'm here in Austin, Texas now, where I live, and I'm a music minister for the Christian and Missionary Alliance, and I am in the process of helping plant a church here, which is pretty cool because we're trying to start maybe a publishing company for Christian singers in the Austin area. And so because I'm a music pastor, a lot of my songs are gospel songs, but I do write some just normal songs.
Okay, here's our first song from Willy's CD on this episode of Local Artist Spotlight.
This song's called He Lifted Me. I wrote this while I was sitting in church one day, and a lady seemed really, really burdened and in the middle of the service, she just got up and went down to the altar and started praying. And when she got up, she just seemed so peaceful and rich and shining, and it just struck me. So I just immediately sat down and wrote this song, and I was really having a hard time. I'd just broken up with somebody. I was pretty depressed, so I, kind of wrote about what I was feeling and how prayer really does help you when you're struggling, and that God really cares, and that Jesus is listening, and he does care for you. And whatever your problem is, you can go to him and just tell it to him. He's listening, and he cares about you, whoever you are, wherever you are. And that's what this song's about.